So this is why Democrats are so unhappy. I don't know if you've been following social media, but you're seeing all these posts about the Democrats saying, all the college-educated people voted for Kamala is the uneducated that voted for Trump. And then one guy actually posts, we need to limit voting to people with PhDs. Like, oh my goodness. It's actually funny. They'll have these charts like, the uneducated, i.e., the stupid masses. And I just find it funny that Democrats think having an education means you have knowledge. No, education means you sucked the propaganda that the elite universities have sent you. That's all it means. Just because you have education doesn't mean you have knowledge at all. In fact, I guarantee the vast majority of the quote educated unquote don't even know how to change a tire. You know what I'm saying? As such, it's just as funny. But I was reading this article, this paper today by a couple professors one was from the University of Warwick, some European place, I don't know where, Poland or something like that. I don't know where Warwick is. But another one was from the École des Économistes de Paris or something like that. So the Economic School of Paris or France or something like that. It was from a few years back, but very interesting. So they surveyed like 15,000 people, all right? And what they found is, I just find this amazing. This guy's a big Dem right here, so I don't want to get him all riled up because he's probably angry. He got his Range Rover. He's got his Ford was that 250? Dually. He's got his, anyway, just kind of funny. He's got his little gator out there. Probably not, I don't know, actually, but he's had all these Democratic signs every time I walk by. He's probably okay. Who knows? But be that as may. So what they said is they found of the 15,000 people they surveyed, they say the higher the education, the less content people were. Very interesting. They also found that the most content people were in the lowest quintile of income. Very interesting. So they thought what's the word I'm looking for? Process? No. Whatever the word is. They thought their thesis or hypothesis was that educated people, they have a distinct level of they didn't say it like this. They said their aspirations are high. That's what they said. Their aspirations are high. They said, I went to school. I got all this education. I am not being rewarded according to my education financially through my employer. And as such, their aspirations aren't being met by their current lot in life. And so they're not content. And I tell you, man, the world is littered with highly educated idiots. In fact, Nicholas Taleb calls them IYI, intelligent yet idiotic, IYI. So we got a ton of people in this world who are IYIs. They're idiots, yet they have intelligence, i.e. intelligence as measured by what? Their educational attainment. I found that very interesting. So they have high degrees of self-cockiness where they think they're better than everybody, and yet they're not being rewarded financially. As such, they're depressed, they're miserable, and they're Democrats, 100%. If only they would have put me in, like remember Uncle Rico, if they only would have put me in the fourth quarter, we would have won states, that kind of stuff. And you can see it, man. You know, remember that old FedEx commercial? It had this older black lady, kind of heavy black lady, like the office manager, and he had a new hire who's this white guy, MBA, and she's kind of showing him the ropes and everything like that. He goes, oh yeah, I got an MBA. He's like, hey, I got an MBA. She goes, ooh, in that case, let's start from the bottom. That's so funny, man. I loved it because, oh, I got an MBA. She goes, oh, yeah, okay, in that case, yeah, let me back up some. It's funny as hell. Anyway, so what happens here is we have these educated people who think they're all that in a bag of chips, and yet they're not productive. No one wants a highly educated a-hole, cocky a-hole, who's like, oh, that work is beneath me. And then on the other hand, the happiest people were the people with the lowest income. Now, they didn't dive into the study whether or not these people had low income because they're retirees. That'd be my assumption, is that they're retired, so they don't have a lot of income coming in because they're no longer working. But that would show you, again, income doesn't lead to happiness. It just doesn't. And this will go back to the study I read to you, shared with you guys on the channel probably 5-6 years ago even. They surveyed all these people in Canada, They found the happiest people lived in small towns, homogeneous towns, with little commute, and they're religious. And they also went on to have, they had no debt. They didn't say that, but you could kind of put that what they're, if you read the details of the study, say, okay, they probably had no debt too. So homogeneous people lived in a small town where people were just like them, same group preference, little debt, little commute, and they're religious oriented. That'd be in small towns. I think they were doing it in Ontario. The most unhappy people basically were in Toronto. Big cities, right? Even though they had high income, they're living in big cities, they're not happy because while they have high education, high income, they don't feel they got enough income to warrant their education status. And as such, it's not a homogenized society, it's very diverse, and they say they want diversity, but yet that doesn't make them happy. I thought that was very interesting. So high income, high education is the least satisfied in terms of your contentment in life. That doesn't mean you can't be content if you have high income and high education. It just says when they did the survey, that's what they found. They surveyed thousands of people. In this case, there's 15,000 people, and I can't remember what the Canadian was. I think it was another 10,000 people. Anyway, the point being is that's what the Democrats are. They're very urban, very high-educated elitists who are making good money, but not good enough to be happy. See? And that's so. If you follow politics, and you remember what Richard Nixon said, he said, "You go where the votes are." So the shift in the parties of the Republicans being the elite, waspish, whatever, cultured, and now we're being the redneck party. That's so good because that's where the votes are. 2/3 of the voting population has no college degree. All right, so that's, you go where the votes are. And so the Democrats, they have to gather up basically all of the college educated, and they're not. My wife and I are both college educated, and we're never voting for those clowns. And on top of that, you got to gather up a significant proportion of the working people without a college degree. How are you going to do that with pushing 57 flavors and all this insane stuff they're pushing? You know what I'm saying? DEI and all that crap. You're just not gonna, because most people who are working day to day don't have time or desire to be browbeaten to say, you better support DEI. Dude, I gotta work, man. I gotta install an HVAC system. Get out of my face. Anyway, I just find it very interesting, the shift that's happened almost overnight, but it hasn't been almost overnight. It's been going on for a number of years, man. Started with the Tea Party. That wasn't quite as where we are today, but then it went with Trump in 2016, and now certainly Trump coming back in 2024. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes. The old Trumps are coming back. Yeah, don't you just love the fall, dude? Look at this. Look at that. Gorgeous. Good, gorgeous. This is not my street. Houses down here cost. I'm surprised they let me in this neighborhood, giving them White Trash Josh or Maine. There used to be a guy on YouTube named White Trash Rob, who was the guitarist and a singer in a couple of hardcore bands I like quite a bit. I wonder if he's still alive. He was a heroin addict who recovered, but I don't see him on YouTube anymore. I hope he's still alive. Anyway, don't get involved in drugs, dude. Look at that. Yeah, dude, life is good. It's better when Trump's in office, too. Do not pick Mike Pompeo Trump. For the love of the good Lord, don't pick that guy as your Secretary of Defense. Pompeo should be nowhere near your administration. All right, God bless. Those are your thoughts. Don't forget to, how should we do this now? What about all right, we fondled the thumbs up button. We smooshed the thumbs up button. Give it a Jimmy Snuka flying elbow to the thumbs up button. We'll see you.